Lunchtime, kids! All right!
Yum, 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 yum.
Hello, friends. It's lunchtime.
And we are back in our home studio. Hello, everyone. Welcoming you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I am Josh, here in the studio as always with Matt Stoker, Zach Lewis in the production room, and Xavier. And our special guest today, Kimberly Salder. How's it going? You run Food for the Soul. You were telling me briefly about this, and it's fascinating work that you're doing. Tell me again what exactly it is that Food for the Soul does.
We fight childhood hunger school by school, which means in our local communities here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there are thousands of kids that go hungry over the weekend. The kids that have free and reduced lunch at school could go possibly 65 hours over the weekend without food. So we supply the schools, the kids, food for the weekend, 2 breakfast, 2 lunch, 2 dinner, and 4 snacks.
How do you hear about the kids? Because that would be my question. You tell me that a kid went 65 hours without eating. I would think that like there's a service involved, like a child protective services would have to get involved. Is that not an accurate term?
No. We're from Keller. We're a family out of Keller that started this nonprofit in 2009. And we were just aware of it. We got started because in the Bible it says, feed the hungry, clothe the naked. And it was just laid upon our hearts to do something about it. So we started a 501c3 and we started with clothes. And we, if you can't have food, you can't buy clothes. So everybody that we knew and their friends friends gave us their clothes because you don't wear them out. You may just grow them out, don't like the style. So the Keller Lions Club let us use their hanger, and we set it up like a department store. We had a sign that said free clothes. And we were all prayed up, and we all said, we're just going to give them anything they wanted. It was beautiful, and people came in, and they took 10 jeans, 5 shirts, shoes, all that kind of stuff. And this one couple came up to us at the end and she took my hands, and she goes, do you have any food? And it looked like my parents looked right at me. They were hungry, and she goes, I'll clean your house for free. And I went, wow. That was the first time I saw hunger in our neighborhood, and I just cried, and I said, oh, whoa, no way. So we went to the school and said, is there anybody hungry here in Keller that could use food? Any kids? And they said, back in 2009, they said, well, guess. And I went, 400's a bunch. Let's just go with 400. He goes, 6,000.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
And now it's over 8,000.
That's how many that needed, like, stopgap or like something to get them through the weekend or dinner or whatever.
Yeah, so we were blown away with that number. So we started in a school that our kids go to. So we started with the 5th and 6th graders, and we said at the school, you go to the counselor and said, is there a need? And then you send in an opt-in letter. All the kids on the free and reduced lunch program got this letter, and anybody else who was hungry. That was just a place to start.
Yeah.
So we had 56 kids at that school that time. So we did our due diligence, and we got kid-friendly food that they could prepare over the weekends themselves and not have a lot of help from their parents if they weren't around. And we called and we said, did they like it? Did it matter? It was a lot of work. We're like, and they go, yeah, they jumped up and down like they won the lottery. And we went, what? And she goes, 5th and 6th graders don't get emotional about anything, so this was crazy. And she goes, this one kid was super excited. And she goes, honey, why are you excited? And he goes, well, this morning my mom said we didn't have any food for the weekend, so now I can share mine with her.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And just said, wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't have a kid, so I don't directly involve myself in the school district. So you forget, we talked about this a little bit last week where if a school was thinking about changing from going from 5 days a week down to 4 days a week, well, then that becomes a huge burden on the parent because now they got to find childcare for that extra day or whatever.
Right.
And you forget that, schools provide a place for children to go during the day. They also provide meals during the day that apparently, obviously some would not have access to otherwise.
Right. They say that 1 out of 4 kids go hungry. So you can look at a pack of kids and just count if there's 4, there's 1 that's hungry. And it's real. It changes the community when you start to give them food. Now we even feed athletes before their games, pregame meals. We went to a place we were in front of like 600 churches and stuff, and we gave out our card and said, hey, if you want to join a school and help and all that kind of stuff, give us a call. So we got this call from a pastor and said, can you help feed a football team? I'm like, well, what do you mean? And they said, well, the coaches are running out of money because they're feeding them peanut butter and jelly before their their practices. And I said, sure. So we did a peanut butter and jelly drive, and one football team, Keller football team, went and they did that, and we brought it down there. We got them loaves of bread, and I got this nudge to say, do you have pregame meals? You know, just before I left, and I said, Coach, do you have pregame meals? And he goes, no, they don't eat before, after, during, or even before the games. I go, whoa. So it's been 3 years now that we've given them pregame meals. And now we have 2 teams in Oak Cliff that we give, you know, athletes meals to before their games. I mean, that's just crazy. So
yeah. That's one of those deals. I think one of the best experiences in my life, when I was in college, I volunteered at a homeless shelter for 3 or 4 years, and just seeing the work and the way that, because I think you have these concepts about who's hungry and what they must have done to get there, and you know what you tend to want to, like, as you write that off, say I couldn't ever be in their position, but then as you talk to these people, you kind of get a window into their world, and with one thing, there by the grace of God go I, and you see how their lives, nothing that they did caused where they are. It's just bad luck after bad luck after bad luck, and they ended up where in this position where they're having to stand in line and wait for food. And so it's kind of one of those deals that was a really eye-opening experience, and that's why I kept coming back as a college student every Saturday morning at 6 a.m., which was a huge deal for a college kid. But, you know, getting up at 6 and going and volunteering.
I think being a college student, you're clinically dead at 6 a.m.
Yeah, but going in, because I got way more out of that than I think I ever gave anyone else. So if somebody wanted to help out and volunteer, how would they go about doing that?
We have a volunteer, connection page on our website, foodforthesoul.org, and we love, that's how we keep it going. We together we make a difference, and with their help, we are doing what we do.
Yeah.
So, together since then, we've over 2.3 million meals and snacks that we've given out in the Metroplex, and
that's amazing. Kim, thank you so much for coming on the show. I hope if you're out there, you see this, I'm sure on the comments below on Facebook, we'll put a link to your site. Click on that, go to the site, help out, donate, contact, whatever you can do something that really needs to be done. And it's not helping the whole world, it's just helping your community around you. Small steps lead to big things. Coming right up, we're going to be talking to another charity. We're going to talk about the Black Tie Dinner coming up here in Dallas. That's next on the lunch break. And we're back. Hello there. As you can tell, I have a cocktail in my hand, which, that is what the Black Tie Dinner is all about. It's food and drink and having a good time for a good cause.
Yeah, no tie dinner.
No tie dinner. Yes.
Yes, no tie.
Even better.
We can't
black tie
afford
is
this.
off.
No
Yeah.
ties.
This
We
sounds
can't
like my
afford
kind of
ties.
place.
Yeah, a little more casual than that.
So, Leslie, thank you so much. You are the chair of the No Tie Dinner, and it is it's with the Purple Foundation.
Yeah.
And it's for AIDS Services of Dallas.
That's it. You got it all.
Nailed
Yes,
it, yeah.
that's it.
The first line is covered. Check.
That's it. Yeah, for No Tie Dinner that benefits AIDS Services of Dallas, which is a place it's been around for about 30 years and provides housing for people living with HIV and AIDS, both men, women, children, and their families, and all the resources that they need as well. So whether it's nutritious meals and financial counseling, all the supportive services like that, transportation, medical services that they need as well.
Yeah. And I love the pairing of like a good time with a great cause.
Right.
And that's exactly what the No Tie Dinner is about. As you can tell, we have cocktails in here.
Yeah.
Reka vodka is being served. So we're off to a great start.
How bad can it be?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
now,
only going to go up from
these
there.
Cupcakes look phenomenal.
They do.
This reminds me of like the unicorn like Starbucks drink.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to try one, be my guest.
Thinking of those
This
a little
would
bit
get
later.
all over my mouth. So yeah.
Right, yeah,
I'll hold off on this for now.
So it is a dessert party because the gist is that we have people that are dinner hosts that will bring you and your friends either to their home or a restaurant, and you'll have dinner there, and then everyone gets together and comes to the Flight Museum for the dessert party afterwards, which we have a live 13-piece band this year. The Jam Wows will be there. It's called The Night to Remember. It's a throwback to an 80s prom theme.
That's fun.
So it is a lot of fun.
That makes me want to dress up, though.
Yeah, it does. Well, you do. I have, I've got some vintage tux that we're going to be wearing. We're not going to wear the bow tie, but the ruffled shirt is definitely on point. I promise.
I actually wore a green, like a sherbet green ruffled tuxedo to a high school award assembly because the woman who was putting it on was mean. I'll say she was mean. I didn't have a tux.
That's gentle.
I didn't have a tux, and so I said, "Hey, do I have to wear a tux?" And she goes, "It says tux, doesn't it?"
Oh,
ouch.
So, all right, got it.
All right.
So I went. I'll
Fair
have
enough.
the ugliest tuxedo you have, please. And it was that one, sherbet green, a little bit too snug, but fine.
As they all tend to be.
You just were trying to be popular.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Exactly. Yeah, showing what I got. So it was a fun time, and I like the you're trying to break a record.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're wanting to do is to since it's an 80s theme, I am a product of the 80s, having graduated in the 80s. So I wanted to have a throwback to that era. And one of the best prom scenes from movies of that area was Footloose.
Sure.
So we wanted to kind of recreate that Footloose moment at the prom when they actually play that song as well. So we're going to try to have the most people dancing to Footloose while eating a dessert. We're going to send into Record Center. It's not, but it's going to be.
It's going to be. All right.
So just if one person does,
you're setting the bar. Though.
Exactly. We're already winners, so we're good. We're good there.
It's going to happen. No matter
on top
what.
of
I
it,
like that.
Yeah. Well, on top of it, just to make it interesting, in case Ellen wants to play it, we're going to have it led by about 4 drag queens.
Okay.
So how about
that'll get the party started.
Yeah. So So show up. We're gonna have the Soul Train line going. So we'll see. You bring that green shirt back, and you'll be right in line there. Exactly.
Yeah. I remember the drag queens do bring something. I went to drag queen bingo.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, you would have met Patty LaPlace, who is the one that does drag. Does drag queen, does drag bingo, and she is the hostess there every Saturday.
Yeah.
So her and we have Star Michaels and Angela Carmichael and Anna Lee Pleasured.
Oh well, there you go.
I love the names. The
Got
names
that?
are the best part.
The names are the best part. Yeah. If you don't have a good
so
name,
much creativity in the names.
Get out of the business.
Yeah, and
What are you
I
doing?
wanted to add the drag queens to this as well, because as we talk about AIDS Services of Dallas and remembering that, in fact, AIDS is still an issue here in not just Dallas, but across the country and the world. Back in the 80s, when this crisis was, becoming more, we knew what it was.
Yeah.
Drag queens were the first ones on the, that were out there raising money in the bars and wherever they could to raise money for people, and some of the research that probably ended up happening. So we wanted to kind of remember them during this spirit as well. And we also have, just to remind you when I talk about that, our honorary co-chairs for the event is Cameron Westcott from the Real Housewives of Dallas, and Dr. Stephen Pounders is who is pretty much a legend here in the Dallas area, a pioneer in the fight against HIV and AIDS. He's actually the one, if you've ever seen Dallas Buyers Club, when Matthew McConaughey won the Academy Award for that performance, that the physician who was played by Jennifer Garner was actually Dr. Pounders.
Oh, wow.
So he was that was his character, but Jennifer Garner played him.
And
so
I can guarantee you my wife will now want to go. I just saw the puppy giveaway package.
Oh, gosh, yeah, I was spying that. I don't need another one, but...
Right, well, yeah, so with Cameron and her Sparkle dog, we have a whole section dedicated just to puppy kind of stuff as well.
That's fun. Well, it's for a great cause. Is there a website or a place they can go to buy tickets?
Certainly, www.notiedinner.org. You can get your tickets there, all the additional information. It's April 7th. It's certainly this Saturday. It's 7 o'clock and until 11. And, the tickets are $75 for general admission, $150 for VIP tickets. And that does include open bar.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going to make that up super quick with the open bar.
Yeah, so thank God for Reka Vodka.
Yeah, because this drink is totally tubular. It is a phenomenal drink. Again, Reka Vodka, thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
The cocktails, thank you. Leslie, thank you so much for what you do and the services that you provide for Dallas. Again, go to the website, buy. It's going to be a fun time. You and the wife, you and the partner, whoever it is, go out there, have a great time, and enjoy yourself. Coming right back, we're talking about the kid who's making the YouTube sensation, Yodeling in the Aisles. Next on the lunch break. Sorry. Now the show's going to be wheels off. Note for the future: don't bring cocktails in early. That's got to be the last.
That's got to be the
segment.
end.
Yeah. My mistake.
I'm not gonna stop though.
Yeah, no, we
Can't stop me.
already got this train going. So I am looking at Twitter last night. I'm gonna need that potted back up here in a second because I saw this on Twitter. I had not seen it before, and it said that the remix for this YouTube sensation, the Yodeling Walmart kid. Now I'm gonna paint a picture for you. We don't have this. We don't have it.
Please do.
This kid's got to be 10 years old, crisp iron starch denim jeans tucked into black boots.
Yeah.
Big gold belt buckle, white crisp shirt.
I can picture him already.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this kid is the true cowboy. And he is yodeling like the cowboys of old. He's yodeling a song, and here you go. Here's a sampling of what he's doing.
I got a feeling got 'em blue. Oh, Lord, since my baby say goodbye.
Just in the middle of the aisle of Walmart.
So this is like the country western style of yodeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, if I had just heard this, you wouldn't have to describe his appearance to me.
Yeah.
I know exactly what this kid looks like.
And there's one woman off to the side, if you go on Twitter and watch the video, who's just got to be his grandmother staring at it. But of course, like anything when this happens, and again, the kid's not bad. For what it was,
No, he's
you
fine.
go back to old
fine.
the old timey country music, like not even like classic country, but like the original like cowboy.
Right.
That's what it
It's
sounded
like out on the range.
Yeah, out on the range stuff. But of course, the internet finds this kid, and he gets just retweeted and shared all over the place. So now, my favorite parts of YouTube sensations.
It has already entered the life cycle
Yeah.
of a YouTube video, right?
It's
It's the original video, and now...
the remix.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually like this song.
I'm gonna agree with you. I actually don't dislike it.
We need to work this into our rotation. For...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, we don't need to work
Yeah,
it.
I think we do. I think we do.
I mean, he can't stop and move.
The breakdown comes here in a second. Look at that. Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
It's actually not that bad.
Not
yeah.
that bad.
Watch out, Justin Bieber.
Yeah. That's what I love. Like, these people, that guy was probably like an accountant somewhere, but he has his MacBook and he has Adobe. He just went through and like, bloop, like edited up this like really good, it was like EDM or whatever that is, techno-y stuff.
Yeah.
You know, if that kid was sharp, and I bet he is because he's yodeling in Walmart,
His
he'd take a little
His jeans are sharp, I
inspiration.
can tell
Yeah,
you
and yeah, get a MacBook, get a couple delay pedals, start putting some of that stuff together, man.
Yeah.
You might have yourself a couple hits before you know it.
He would never sully himself to do that garbage radio. This guy is
Right.
a classically trained yodeler. He is not going to go the route of
He's got his eyes set on the Grand Ole Opry.
yeah, and he'll get there. He'll get there. Go ahead.
I feel that, Walmart seems to be like America's Got Talent stage online. It feels like, you want to be viral, you go to Walmart and you upload a video yourself and it's...
Or catch a virus, go to Walmart.
Yeah. It's one of those deals. I wanted to do another segment today, but I chose not to because there's another thing that's at Walmart being sold where it's like the hottest ramen noodle, like they have the little like, ramen packs that come like
Oh, like
crispy.
spiciest?
Yeah, spiciest. Like apparently it makes people like.
Is this a
get
challenge
sick.
now?
Yeah, so it's
Oh.
a spicy challenge for the ramen noodles.
Bring it on.
Yeah,
That
can
sounds like
we,
a
I was
lunch
gonna
break.
say,
can
is
we
that
get that on the
live?
show?
Yeah.
I'd eat that. I'd
Well,
give that a
sounds like
shot.
a lunch break.
Yeah. I was gonna buy. It's like 99 cents. I was gonna go buy one.
I'd eat that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Bring
so
it on. Yeah.
We'll try it on Friday. Actually, no, because you won't
I
be
won't
here.
be here.
So we'll try it next Monday.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Next Monday.
Spicy ramen.
What a treat.
Spicy ramen right here in studio.
Who can do it?
Gotta take it
World
out.
Yeah, do it
record.
at home. Do it at home with us, from
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, yeah, I can do
Play
that
along.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for
The lunch break home game.
That's right.
for the Walmart, this kid yodeling, I was thinking, like, that's not even the craziest thing. Just some kid randomly yodeling in Walmart.
Oh, no. If that were going on at Walmart, I would not bat an eye at it.
No.
Be like, oh, yeah, there's a kid yodeling in aisle 4.
Yeah,
And
totally makes sense. I love how Walmart, because my parents love it. That is, they actually call it the Walmarts because they're from East Texas.
That's
Oh,
right.
nice. Yeah.
It's
You
like,
do.
there's like multiple Walmart.
Yeah.
No, just one. But the Walmarts, they love going there because it has everything.
It does.
And so the problem is that everyone knows it has everything, and they go. And I have never had a Walmart experience where I didn't leave with a story.
There's always something going on that's outlandish.
There's even a whole website, right? A whole
People
website.
of Walmart.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
And do you think Walmart goes, fine?
I think at this point, like if you're Walmart, like you just got to go with it, right? There's nothing you can do to change this tide.
They're just trying to lean into
Yeah.
it. Like, you know what?
This is an aircraft carrier of public opinion. You're not going to turn this thing around on a dime.
That's true.
You just got to go. You got to roll with it.
Imagine if Walmart puts out like a Super Bowl commercial and they totally lean into it. They're like just like viral videos and like cool things that have happened at Walmart and weird and obscure, and at the end, Walmart. Like
Yeah,
it'd be the greatest.
nothing about the
yeah,
product.
I'm
Yeah.
probably
Nothing
gonna go
about
to
what they're
Walmart
doing.
and see what's going on. No,
Just a
yeah.
slideshow of all the different
Right.
different people that you see there, and
Yeah.
Walmart.
I
It's-
would go. Yeah.
It is basically a test tube of humanity. Because that's what
Yeah.
it is. It is everybody.
A test tube.
A test tube of humanity. 'Cause it's everybody. From like.
You don't feel like getting out of your pajamas? Walmart.
Yeah.
Go.
But
Yeah.
I've also seen a Mercedes Benz and pearls.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so they have the whole range in that one store. Fascinating. If you haven't seen the kid, you got to go check it out. I love the story. Up next, we have for you how you get banned from a hotel for life involving sausages.
Yodeling.
I mean, back on the lunch break show. That was just for you, Zach. By the way.
No, I streamed that. We definitely caught some dancing on the
Good.
stream.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I was all over that.
Cameras
Yeah.
are always
How
on.
could I not? Yeah, it was
Right,
a treat.
too
Thank
good.
you. That was for everybody, is what that was.
Great song.
Yeah.
So, hotel. I saw this headline. Man's lifetime ban from hotel lifted over sausages and birds.
Okay.
And I was like, yes. Click.
Tell me more.
Yeah. So, because I've heard of people getting banned for burning something down or like breaking it, like being a rock star.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
That makes sense.
This was a normal, everyday guy on a work trip in British Columbia in Canada. And he went to this place that was known for their pepperoni sausages. And he bought just a bag full of them.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah,
I'm on
sounds
board with this
phenomenal.
guy.
So
100%.
far, me and him,
Yeah.
2 peas in a pot.
Yeah.
Here's where the tale gets a little bit sour.
Okay.
He leaves the window open for a fresh breeze to come in.
Yeah.
Leaves his suitcase open. Sausages are exposed. Window is open.
You never want to open the window and expose your sausages. You never want to.
Wow.
You know what? I like that you took the easy joke. I like it. Thank you very much.
Sure.
You see, it's clearly not.
Anyway, so seagulls came in,
Yes.
saw the sausages, went to town. And apparently, when seagulls live in your room eating sausages, upsets their stomachs.
They make a mess, I imagine.
They make a
Yeah.
huge mess. So a huge mess all over the walls, all over the windows, all over the beds, all over the desk. anywhere where you could touch, feel, whatever, there was seagull mess.
So wait, these seagulls like. He must not have been in the room because they hung out.
No.
They didn't just grab a sausage and
He
take
left
off.
for like dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
He's on like the
Yeah.
10th floor.
No, they
left
were
the
camping
window-
out in there.
Yeah, left the window open, left the suitcase open. They flew into the window. Hey, there's sausages in here. All their buddies came in.
Right.
And they spent some time. Apparently the sausages made their stomachs upset, so they got sick. They got sick in the room and just ultimately just destroyed the room. Here's my thinking. Why did the hotel have to give them a lifetime ban?
I don't know.
That seems harsh to me.
Yeah, that does seem. I'm glad they lifted it. I'm glad they came to their
After
senses.
17 years.
What?
But this. Oh wow, that's a long.
That's a
a
long time.
Because it happened in 2001, the same year I graduated high school, and it said 17 years ago. Like, wow, that's...
Yeah, so this is a thing where this is clearly not this guy's MO, right? Like you said, he's not a rock star. He doesn't tear up every hotel room that he gets into. He doesn't leave the window open and let seagulls in everywhere he goes.
No.
This is clearly just a stupid mistake.
But
I don't
even
think
then,
it requires a lifetime ban.
I don't think he should even be punished for it. If anything, it's like one of those deals, don't have it to where your windows can open up.
The dude's pepperoni sausage got eaten.
Yeah, he's
like
pissed.
that's punishment enough.
He's
right?
the victim.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, they should refund him the sausage money. So that's the story again. Just seemed like so out of this world. I had to bring it up.
Yeah. Can you imagine? There have been times, I have pets, so there have been times when I've walked into the house and I'm like, something has happened here. Mm-hmm. Like someone has had an accident in the house, or somebody's like
Something's amiss.
Like something has been torn up or something like that. Like you immediately. Can you imagine being that guy opening that door and be like, what happened? What in the world happened?
Just close it back.
Yeah, I'm not coming. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine. I've never been banned from a hotel or kicked out of a hotel.
Yeah.
I've been like reprimanded once, but that's because I got on the roof.
Sure.
Yeah, but again, they didn't ban me, or they just like, hey, don't do that.
You know, with your how long were you in radio?
13 years.
Okay, with a record like that, you stayed in a lot of hotels. Probably got up to some shenanigans, as radio does.
Yeah.
It happens.
So I'm not going to say I'm surprised you haven't got a lifetime ban or anything, but I think at least somewhere there was a hotel you left where somebody was like, if that guy comes back, don't let him in. But
I don't ever want to see that guy again.
If in America you haven't been able to cross that line,
I've done that at a bar or two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've left and someone goes, that guy's like a jerk. I'm sure that's happened.
Yeah.
right.
But
you've never been banned.
Never been banned. Never even been like, never had to like pay a fine or a
Right.
fee. Never broke anything. In the UK, is it different, or in Europe is it different?
Well, I was going to bring this up. So both in Portugal and Spain, when you are graduating high school, you go kind of in a group, like the whole school. Like you sign up and you go on holiday for like a week somewhere.
Yeah.
And so, let's just say a whole hotel. Imagine like towns and towns. This is like the whole country. So normally people in Portugal go to this place in Spain. It's near Barcelona. And, it's known for the beaches and all that. And people, like young people, can drink in Portugal and Spain from
18.
16.
Oh, 16.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or is it that you can smoke at 16? Oh, did they change that? I left the country way
In
long
the
ago.
UK, you can drink at
wild.
16. That's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're allowed to drink.
Right.
And so that, young people get wasted. Some people, I knew these guys that would not get sober for 7 days, honestly.
Impressive.
days?
It's
Yes.
impressive.
Here.
So you have stories where, this whole hotel was filled with just under 18
The
or
worst.
18 people.
Right.
And honestly, completely trashed, like hotels, like mattresses ripped off. There are stories of people jumping and throwing stuff from their bedrooms to the pool, and they were like third floor or whatever.
A teenagers
Just
wreck
crazy.
hotel. They do that stuff sober. I can only imagine what a bunch of drunk
Oh my god, yes. The
teenagers would do to an area that they were in.
Some hotels actually banned school trips to
Yeah. I would.
on their premises because they said it was just so much money they lost, and I'm like, I bet it was, Yeah, it's a trip where you just literally get signed up for crazy.
Why would your parents let you go on that trip?
My question, well, I guess it's part of a ritual. I did not get that wasted. I don't know. Like, some people never had, like, a curfew is like 10 o'clock. Like, my parents were a bit more, you know, open-minded. So it was like, oh, okay, so we're going out as, like, with everyone. It's just somewhere where you stay somewhere else. Like, it wasn't, like, such a big deal for me. But I remember people being completely, like, just pretty much dragging themselves, like, crawling on the hallways.
So you're saying
bad.
because your parents were more open-minded and you were used to a wilder lifestyle, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That you kept it in moderation when you were on this like school trip.
Right. I'm not sure if it's a language difference from here to there, but I want everybody on stream to notice when Anna said she didn't get that wasted.
Yeah.
Not that you didn't get wasted.
Yeah.
That you didn't get that wasted.
You got to partake,
Right.
I love how a whole country has like, when you're a senior in school, you go and you
get bombed.
Yeah, you go and get bombed at a random hotel with a bunch of other kids.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a whole town. It's a whole town. It's called Roquetas del Mar, which is like Rocks of the Sea, and it's just literally
I would never live there.
People must hate their town during that month.
Yeah.
They must leave. It's just insane.
So
I lived like a block off of Greenville Avenue, and I hated living there just for the St. Patrick's Day parade. I can only imagine.
The one day a year.
The one day a year. I hated it. So I can only imagine, like, what it would be like if my town just turned into, like, seniors just...
high school puke fest.
Exactly.
Oh my god! Yeah, I can't. That is really
It's
bizarre.
hardcore.
That would never happen here in the U.S. I remember one time when I was a freshman or a sophomore, it doesn't matter. I had friends who were juniors and seniors, and they were going to Galveston on this like big. It was only like high school kids. No parents were going.
Yeah.
And Mom was like, "No way! I know you and all your friends. You're all knuckleheads. Like none of
gonna happen.
Not gonna happen."
Yeah.
And sure enough, like she came and woke me up like the second or third day of spring break by throwing a newspaper in my face and went, "See, told you."
What happened?
So some friends of mine made the front page of the Carthaginian newspaper by getting drunk on this trip, and they went to go for a beer run like you do when you're drunk and you want more beer.
Yeah.
And so they took a guy who was already passed out, but they didn't want to leave him alone. So they dragged him unknowingly into the back of the car and just threw him into the back of a Tahoe. He wasn't like buckled in or anything. Just threw him in the back of a car.
A guy they knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
They
okay.
didn't want to leave him alone at the hotel.
Okay.
So they took him and threw him in the back of a car, closed the door. Seems logical when you're 18 and drunk. And so then they were driving in Galveston, and then they drove off a seawall.
God.
Yeah. So imagine how upset you would be if you're the friend who's like, "No what?
I was fine.
I was passed out at a hotel."
Safe enough.
And you guys are like, "For your protection, I'm going to drag you to a car so we can drinking and drive off of a seawall."
I'm just going to drive you into the ocean.
Yeah,
Is that all right?
yeah. So like they all were injured. No one died, but they were all
thank God.
Oh my
injured. And Mom was
gosh.
like, "See, that would have been you." And it would have been. That would have definitely been me. I'd have been in that car. off
You
the
would have
seawall.
been. You would have been in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to point out on Facebook, Megan checking in saying the lifetime ban at the hotel probably wouldn't have been necessary because I just wouldn't have gone back. If I was that guy, you don't have to ban me. I'm never showing my face around here again. And then Samantha pointing out that birds have a knack of getting into places and not being able to get themselves out somehow. Yeah. Speaking of Walmart, I've chased a number of birds around Walmart or like tried to like shoo birds out the front door.
God!
Really?
You were
Yeah, 'cause they get in.
that guy that was in the video chasing birds in Walmart. Like you were doing the weird thing.
I've seen it. Like the bird just hang around the aisles and be like, just go.
Why
Go
would you
that
be
way.
like, "That's not my problem"?
Matt is Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, just ushering animals out.
Have you ever heard the wolf cry?
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't
No,
work.
they just flip out and they fly around the store. So it's like, well, it's not worth it.
And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I feel like this. It's got to be the hotel room, right? It had to have been like a suite, more than one room. Because you think of an American hotel, it's probably like one big room, one big window. A bird could get in and out. It doesn't seem too complicated. This had to have been
They
like a
can't, though.
multi-room setup, right?
They wig out whenever they're
You
they're
think?
indoors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
well,
biggest window in the world couldn't get them out of that room.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm not falling for
there's-
this again.
Yeah, no.
Huh.
Nice
I
try.
got the sweet life in here.
Yeah, nice try. Take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the most outrageous ballpark foods. And does your Texas Rangers make the list? Coming back.
They do.
Coming back on the Lunch Break Show. And we're back. Thanks again for watching. I know you're either on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. You can find all of these after the show wherever you find your podcast in the audio-only version. So thank you for checking us out. If you like it, please hit like, subscribe, follow, leave your comments below. All those different kinds of things helps us know kind of what you're gauging, and we can kind of answer some of your feedback. The most outrageous ballpark foods. It seems like every year that's a bigger draw than the actual, well, with the way the Rangers were playing, it was actually a bigger draw to go get food than it was to watch them play.
It's becoming like the state fair almost, where they're just like looking for nonsense to shove down your mouth.
Right,
so to speak.
And it's not just limited to Texas. Like every state does.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Everybody's big on this.
I think we kind of kicked it off though.
I mean, I'll take. Yeah, we'll take credit for that.
Yeah, I think because we've been doing this for 3 or 4 years,
right?
And now other states are seeing, hey, this is actually a thing, and they're
it gets
joining
coverage.
in. Yeah, and they're
because you know
in.
what? Because you know what reporters like to do? They like to go places and get free food.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get news coverage if you do some crazy stuff with food.
Right. Are those cupcakes still out there?
No,
no, they were gone.
Sorry.
Well, okay.
They were gone.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So, so this one's called the Dilly Dog. And that's the one that they have here at the ballpark in Arlington, now called Globe Life Stadium.
I want to say I'm 100% on board with this thing.
The Dilly Dog is a hot dog and baseball that go hand in hand. But if you're watching the Texas Rangers play at Globe Life Park in Arlington, be sure to try their new dog, the Dilly Dog. It's a dill pickle, cored, and stuffed with a jumbo beef hot dog, and then deep fried.
So it's basically a corn dog with, like, in between the batter and the hot dog is a dill pickle, like, surrounding this thing.
Isn't that just, like, hot?
No, that's. Have you ever had fried pickles?
Yeah, but they were like slivers. Never had like a giant.
No, they have the fried pickle spears, and I'm absolutely want to have one of these things.
See,
it sounds delicious to me.
The spears, I don't like the spears. I
Pluckers
like
has the spears.
I like
Yeah,
the
they're
slices.
good. Oh, they're good. Oh,
Right
I
at
like the
lunchtime.
slices. Yeah, the slices I can dig into.
well, I like the slices too, but this, I love me a corn dog. I love me some pickles. Hook it up.
That's the Dilly Dog. I liked before the 3-foot hot dog. That was fun.
Yeah.
Do they still have that? Or did they get rid of that?
I don't know. They might cycle these things in and out.
I'll bet they still got it,
They
right?
have
I mean,
to.
that
Also,
was
it's
a hit.
$300. I'm sure.
It was the boomstick, and
Yeah.
it was
right.
I think it was like 20 something
Yeah, I think it was 27. Sounds right.
$27 for that?
for a
really?
3-foot hot dog.
Yeah,
It
but you're
fed
feeding
two
like
people.
4.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, this is
4 people.
You might feed 2 people on this thing.
4 is a better, more accurate.
Oh my god.
You couldn't have a full hot dog that was like a foot and a half. You could. You guys are being a-holes. Totally could. The other one is the Asada Dog. That's it. Chase Field in Phoenix, where the Diamondbacks play. This is $28, and it's basically a hot dog topped with fries, queso blanco, carne asada, pico de gallo, guac. So basically, it's just a hot dog with Mexican food on top of it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I can get kind of that.
That's in Phoenix, you said?
Yep.
Shout out to our favorite commenter, Andy Draper, of
Yeah.
course, out
Yeah.
in Phoenix.
Try one out.
Represent. Yeah. try one out.
The Cheeto Lotte, it's at Dodger Stadium, and it is basically sweet corn coated with flaming hot Cheetos.
Yes. So this is like a Lotes with flaming hot Cheetos
yeah.
on it.
Good God.
Yes, absolutely.
Loaded taco fries, which is if you're watching the Houston Astros play at Minute Maid Park, you can have their take on nachos, which is fresh cut French fries topped with beef picadillo. I'm not sure what that is. Lettuce, avocado, queso, sour cream, and tortilla chips. So again, Mexican food on top of
Picadillo is
fries.
like ground beef with usually it's got potatoes or something in it. It's like a
okay.
Not a stew, but it's all cooked together.
A thicker one.
Yeah.
Here's what I like: the log cabin waffle sandwich.
All right.
This is in Toronto, so they got that maple syrup up there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice.
And it is going to be a rosemary scented waffle stuffed with pulled pork, cheese curds, maple baked beans, and mole sauce. That does not actually sound that good.
That sounds terrible.
I would try that.
Yeah, as far as that's Canada, right?
Yeah.
I'd give it a shot. Why not? I mean, I'd try poutine. Why wouldn't I try that? Who knows? Maybe it's awesome.
Oh, that is great.
And
Have you
here's-
had that?
Yes.
Nice.
In Toronto.
Yeah.
Poutine, I
Amazing.
can't have more than like a half a serving because I just get miserably full.
Yeah.
It's just so
It's pretty hearty.
much, so many calories in
Right.
one
Yep.
thing. There's no way to eat a full serving of that. And then last but not least, there's more of these, but we'll get to this one. The Rocky Mountain Po' Boy, which is at Coors Field in Denver, and it's Rocky Mountain oysters as a po' boy. So are you
thank
familiar
you.
with what Rocky Mountain oysters are?
I have no idea.
So they're, I guess there's no other way of saying it.
No.
It's bull testicles.
Yeah.
oh,
Fried.
okay.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought it was just like oysters. I didn't.
No.
No.
Yeah.
So if you order that, that's what it is. It is
Okay.
it is the boy parts of bulls, and they cut them up and they fry them out.
See, that sounds like one of those. I say this and sounding very culturally insensitive. I think that sounds like one of those like stunt things. Like you order, like you dare your friend to order that.
get the
you know
Rocky
what I
Mountain
mean?
Po' Boy.
Yeah. Like
They're
that's
actually not that bad.
who's gonna eat it? You know,
I didn't hate it.
No.
It's a little salty, but that's probably just the batter.
Right.
But the flavoring doesn't,
Probably.
Yeah. The flavoring doesn't really add a whole lot or take away a whole lot to it. It's
I
just
would-
mostly that.
I would imagine that is kind of like the texture of liver.
Yeah,
Probably,
actually,
yeah.
it had the same like chewiness as menudo, which is cow stomach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, which is I don't care for that as much.
Yeah.
We're slowly becoming a cook show or a food show.
Yeah.
This show.
You want to thinly cut your menudo. So there you go. That is the ballpark foods that are out of this world. Coming back, we got one more break left for you on the lunch break show. Stick around. And we are back from lunch breaks. And we are back. I told you bring cocktails in. It is wheels off on here on a Wednesday.
Man, these are good though.
Yeah, they are. Basically, it's just like a little bit of flavoring and then a bunch of vodka.
Sure, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Turns out that's what makes a good cocktail.
Yeah. Who knew?
Who'd have thunk?
A new study has come. Whenever you're ready, a new study has come out that has posed an interesting question, and this is the lunch break show. We're talking about things that are trending around the office. Is it ever okay to cry at the office?
Gosh, I don't know how to feel about that. I guess it depends on the situation, right? But man, I maybe it's just me, but if I were feeling like I had to go cry at the office, I would leave. Like I'd get away from people because that's just if I'm in the other person's shoes, that's uncomfortable, right? Like I don't want to sit here and watch my coworkers sit at their desk sobbing, right?
Yeah.
Right. I think you got to go hide in your car or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
Bottle that up and then take it all home and
run
feel
to the
awful.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I had a day. I was having a rough week and perceived some particularly harsh news, not related to work, is actually some personal stuff. And I don't want to. I don't want to say I shed any tears. I'm a man. All right. I'm not that way. But yeah, no. I was like, I'm not in a place where I'm able to efficiently like work. Sorry, my hair looks awful on stream. That's important to me. So. Hilarious.
The hair
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just went and hung out in my car for 10 minutes. So I was like, I'm just gonna listen to some music, take a break. Yeah, like get back on track.
So yeah, I mean, this is where I would say fine or it's understandable is like if you get some sort of devastating personal news, right? Like you have a family member that died or a pet that died or something bad happened. Then yeah, that's totally.
Or you didn't get the job you were applying for and you really wanted, and
well,
you're
so that's where I was gonna say, like,
No,
if it's work related stuff, if you're crying because your boss upset you, or if you're crying because you didn't get a promotion or something like that, I think I don't take it elsewhere. You know, don't cry in the office.
And the only female perspective we have in the room, Anna.
I'm a hardened man. I
Why?
can't.
Exactly. I'm a shield. I'm here. I'm concrete.
Hey, real quick, while Anna's telling her story, I'm gonna come fix Josh's camera because it turned off. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Yeah,
Okay.
stay tuned. Anna, just keep talking.
Just
it's fine.
endlessly?
Yeah, just gonna
Okay.
put you right on the spot.
Josh, don't say a word.
Your camera's on this whole time, so yeah, it's all on you.
All
Go
right.
for it. Hold it down.
So, as a female, I don't think that's relevant. But as a person that works in an office, I'd say it's not good. I mean, you should be able to manage that without, just crying in front of everybody.
You mean like manage your emotions?
Yes, exactly. Like it's awkward for the person that is, witnessing the whole thing unravel, and it's awkward for you because okay, how do I come out of that? It's just going to be awkward for everyone. Just take a break and, just take care of it in the next room or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is just being an adult, right? Like
Right,
part of that is like, especially again, if it's about some sort of work-related thing, somebody didn't agree with you or whatever. If you're emotional about something, like be an adult. I don't know, suck it up. I guess that's probably like a very callous way to say that, but like, come on, be a grown up and.
I mean, do you want an audience? I wouldn't want one, right?
No, I wouldn't either. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there have certainly been times when I've been upset at work, and I've been usually not upset as in I'm sad, but more like I'm angry or frustrated or something like that. And I felt like I'm just like about to break down or something because I'm just so frustrated with the situation.
Exactly.
But even in those times, I've either gone somewhere else and relaxed and then come back, or I've just, I don't know, gritted my teeth and gone through with it. And
Yeah, exactly.
made the best of that I could.
Yeah, I don't see the purpose of just, unless you want to put a scene. I just don't see the purpose of that. Just, manage your emotions and, just cope with it in the best way, or just wait and leave.
Yeah, you guys are on the same the same kind of thought process as other people. So a recent poll taken by this article, there you go, accounttemps.com,
Shout out.
that 64% of CFOs, 44% of CFOs said that crying is acceptable as long as it doesn't happen every day, whereas 26% said it's never okay to cry at the office because it is seen as being weak and immature. 52% of people say that they have lost their temper at the office. But so here's my only caveat is I agree with you. You shouldn't cry, but when you see someone who yells at the office, that seems to be more acceptable than crying. When both of those, you've lost control of your emotion.
Right.
So both of those, you're no longer, which is what they're trying to say is you can't, it's showing signs of weakness and immaturity that you can't control your emotions or your whatever it is, your outputs. And so, but when you scream and yell or throw a chair, that's, that guy's tough. He's seen as being strong in some circles.
Okay,
Yeah. Not here, obviously. None of us act that way. Whereas if you cry, it's seen as being weak. Well, I think both of those is that yin and yang mentality. So if we're going to say that crying is not okay, then yelling, screaming, and throwing things is not okay.
I would agree with that. And I think it's probably just emotions in general. Like, not to be closed off and completely flat all the time, but just don't act like a maniac, right? Like don't cry, don't devolve into a puddle, don't throw things, don't punch a hole in the wall, don't laugh like an insane person, right?
Yeah.
Just keep it in check, and you're working around other people. Like, I don't know.
In other words,
Take that
be a professional, really.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Unless you work somewhere where they need drama, and that way kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, nothing's happening. I wonder what we could do.
This is what we do here on a
Some
daily
people need the
basis.
drama. Yeah. Some people are all about it.
Yeah.
I do remember I got called a jerk one time because I had a job that I had previous to
Just
here.
once?
Just once.
Yeah.
I was there, and this person who was at work had lost her father. So it's
Oh, wow.
serious. It's a serious thing.
Yeah.
And she had her bereavement, and she came back, and then she'd be at her desk, and like she was crying.
Yeah.
And so I just told her, it's like, go home. Like just go home. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm not mad at you. You're not in trouble. But just go home. And people were like, you're such a jerk. Like, no. I said, because she's not here. Like, it's fine to be suffering. It's fine to be.
You're not getting paid to cry.
There we go.
She was getting paid either way. But it's not one of those deals. It was just like, to me, you're more of a distraction. So
Sure.
if you want to be
Correct.
here because you want the attention, then that's not right.
Well, then, yeah, it becomes a thing where, I mean, it's a natural human emotion, right?
Yeah.
Someone's crying, you're like, oh, what's wrong? Can I help you?
Yeah.
Like, what can I do? And so
Sure.
now suddenly the entire office is focused on this
Yeah.
one person, understandably upset.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it's like, it's a little like being sick, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, you're sick. It can affect the rest of the office.
Yeah.
So if you're in a very bad mood or if you're very upset about something, that can affect other people in
Yeah.
a negative way.
Yeah.
And
Time out.
if you've got a job where like it's okay for you to do that, there's a lot of people that don't have that option. Yeah, you work a retail gig or something, it's like, well, you got to work your 9 to 5 and be on the floor. If you got like an office job where somebody tells you, hey, take off, get out of here, it's fine, we all understand, you should probably take advantage of that. But I think some people lean on work as a crutch to distract them when they feel
Sure.
bad, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
well, if I go home and sit around, I'm just going to think about it and that'll be horrible.
Right.
But and I'm fine with that. I'm fine if she was like, look, I want to come back because I can't be
Right.
at home. I just get lost in my thoughts, and at least this is a distraction. That's great. Fine. However you wanna get through this, it's your process. I'll help you any way I can. But my whole point was, if you're gonna be here, don't be a distraction. Like if you're gonna be here, then don't do what you would be doing if you were at home. Otherwise, just
Yeah.
go home and do that there.
Yeah.
And that's what got me the. You're such a jerk. I didn't
Wow.
say. I think a jerk thing to do would be like, stop crying.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. Or like,
Knock it off.
like, don't cry. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Take
not-
your crying somewhere else.
yeah. Like, but to me, it's like no. It's like I understand why you're crying. I've never lost a parent, and I'm sure when that does happen, it'll be heartbreaking. And sure, like I can empathize with what's happening, but also at the same time, you're here. And now, not only did we lose one employee because everyone around you is so distracted, because you're right, you can't be the person going, "Hey, did you file that report?" while she's like sobbing at her desk. Hey, come on. Yeah, I
Get
get
to
it.
it.
Did you get that email I sent you?
Yeah, you can tell me in between sobs. It's fine. That person, you know, again, you're also in. So you kind of have to,
Yeah.
like, you made everyone feel uncomfortable, and everyone's now distracted by what they're doing. So now I've lost, 7 or 8 employees who aren't getting their job done because they're focusing on you.
Right.
So that, again, say what you will, but I think it's a fair statement to say it's totally fine to have emotions, but it is important, I think, when you're on the job, to try and stay in control, whether that's yelling, screaming, throwing things, which I actually have seen, and crying and sobbing. And in radio, you see both of those all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, live.
Probably
Yeah.
at the same time.
At the exact same
From the
time.
same person.
Yeah. So, the weirdest thing I've ever seen with that regard, a quick little radio tidbit here, was one person crying, and then it made the manager so mad that this person was crying because he thought it was like a manipulative crying.
Sure.
Like you turn on the waterworks so that I wouldn't
Like,
get
come
mad at you.
on.
Oh.
Yeah. And so it was a get out. Just get out. If you're going to
Yeah.
cry, get out. Whenever you want to grow up, come back.
Oh, wow.
And he yelled that. It wasn't like a sob, like
Yeah,
a,
no.
hey,
Perfect.
whenever you want to, it was like so everyone now knew it was really one of those like bad days.
Yeah.
For everyone involved. So either way, you've seen both of those. That's my stance. If you have any comments or any feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Also, if you have any ideas for next segment on Friday, Matt won't be here.
I will not be.
So I think
I'll be
that-
off in my cry room.
I think it'll just be me and Zach holding the fort down. So we would love all the topics that you could possibly have. If you want to come join us, please feel free.
Maybe I will tune in.
There you go. You can comment online. Yeah. If you want to come in and join us, you go to podcast@realnewspr.com, shoot us an email, or just write in the comments on Facebook. We'd be more than happy to have you come and join us here on the show. I am Josh, Matt, and Xavier, and Zach Lewis saying thank you for tuning in. I'm sticking with it. There you go.
Just roll with it.
Yeah.
Roll with it. Au revoir.